Alright, we've had a little breather, and now it's time to dive right back into the action-packed schedule of the Men's Volleyball Nations League. Bulgaria, Serbia and the USA are ready to host, and together with their guests, they're serving up some high-quality volleyball. More and more familiar faces are popping up on the VNL courts, and that just adds extra weight to every match. So without further ado, let's get into the recap of Day 1 from Week 2 of the Volleyball Nations League. The first match of the day? Ukraine versus France. Against the odds, Ukraine had a solid opening week and managed to slide into the group of teams chasing a playoff spot. Even in their head-to-head against France, they shook off a rocky start and quickly grabbed the momentum, going all in for a statement win. France, by the way, despite having some Olympic champs on the roster, didn't rush them onto the court. The core was mostly the same as last week's squad. Blizzard only came in late in the match with one clear mission: give the team a spark. And he nailed it. France pulled off a clutch comeback in the first set, turning things around right at the end, and from there they controlled the match. Even without their main setter, they kept their cool while Ukraine tried switching up the lineup. As for Thor, he wasn't super sharp in attack, but he totally made up for it with some nasty serves that gave the Ukrainians zero chance. He finished the game as top scorer with 18 points. Want to know how the rest of the squad did? Check the stat sheet. Up next, a really intriguing matchup. Cuba came in as the favorite against Germany, but there was drama before the first serve. Visa issues left most of the team stuck back home, and only 6 guys made it to Serbia in time, ready to fight no matter what. Thankfully, the rest of the squad caught a flight late that night and just made it to the match. Still, the start was rough. It looked like the game might be over before it even began. But once Cuba found their rhythm from the service line, everything shifted. They dominated set 2. Germany showed a ton of patience, grinding through those long, exhausting rallies. But Cuba, after all they'd been through, didn't come to fold. They dug deep, showed some serious fight and walked away with a huge win. Maybe the spark they needed for a strong push in this phase. Standout of the match? Outside hitter Jose Miguel Gutierrez with 20 points. Full player stats, you know where to look. Next up, Turkey versus Slovenia. Gotta be honest, Turkey still doesn't look ready for this level of competition. Technically, they can hang for stretches, but mentally, they fall apart, especially late in sets, like we saw in the second one here. Slovenia brought the pressure with their serves and simply made fewer mistakes. That's how you climb the leaderboard. Tonček Stern might not be playing like a total beast like last season, but he still dropped 14 points and led the match in scoring. Full breakdown and stats right in front of you. Now this next one didn't exactly scream must-watch on paper. Argentina versus the Netherlands. The South Americans were heavy favorites, and they proved why. Sure, the Dutch put up a fight in set 3, tried to impose their game, but Argentina never lost control. Young opposite Alfredo Gomez was the star of the show, racking up 17 points and leading the scoreboard. You'll find the full stat sheet right here. Alright, now onto the hype train. Bulgaria versus Japan, played on home soil. You just knew this one would be fire. Bulgaria came out swinging, huge block, massive presence at the net. Most of Japan's hitters couldn't break through. Only Miyaura kept scoring consistently, so Airo, the starting setter, kept feeding him. Despite all the pressure early on, Japan stayed patient, defending like maniacs and forcing Bulgaria into risky plays, which led to errors. Japan was right on track to take the first set, but then déjà vu. Just like against Poland, they had multiple set points but couldn't close. Alex Nikolov went off and dragged Bulgaria back from 21-24. Unreal. Still, Japan kept fighting in set 2. They even had the lead for a while. But Airo overused Miyaura, who was clearly running on fumes, plus he took a brutal hit from Asparuhov. Eventually, Tilly adjusted and brought in Oya. The attack became more balanced, but their block took a hit. Japan still had a shot, but then, boom, they just crashed. One bad rotation call threw them off completely and they never recovered. All their energy was spent. Bulgaria steamrolled them in set 3, riding the momentum. And yes, Alex even played some middle blocker minutes. People compare the Nikolov brothers to the Mia twins from anime. And it checks out. These guys put on a show. Alex finished with 17 points, match high. Want to see how everyone else did? It's on your screen. Now, since I count match days by my local time zone, we've got 2 more games in today's recap. Let's get to the big one, Italy versus Poland. At first glance it looked like Italy brought their top squad, while Poland only added Semeniuk, swapped Komenda in for Firle, and had Slivka step in for injured Shimura. Not exactly blockbuster changes, right? Set 1 was all Italy, total domination with Romano just unstoppable on offense. Looked like a one-sided affair. But Poland already showed us last week, they've got grit. Doesn't matter who they're up against. Even with Galassi going off on the block, Poland was better offensively. And even though Sasak wasn't firing on all cylinders, the reigning European champs grabbed the next 2 sets. The Georgi didn't sit still. He brought in Riklitsky and Botolo to add firepower, and boom, it worked. Italy forced a tiebreak and pulled out a hard-fought win, handing Poland their first loss of this year's Nations League. Top scorer? Polish outside hitter Artur Szalpok with 20 points. Full player stats? You know the drill. Let's wrap this up with Serbia versus Iran. Unfortunately for local fans, the heartbreak continues. The women's team lost all 4 of their home games. And now the men have joined that streak. Add in the Channel 1 Cup? Yeah, no wonder the Belgrade arena is half empty. To be fair, expectations for this Serbian squad were already low, even at home. Playoff hopes? Not really. Right now, the goal is just to stay in the tournament. They did fight in set 3 and tried to push it to a 5th, but Amin was just on another level. The Iranian opposite dropped 31 points, the day's top scorer and the undeniable MVP of this match. Final stats from this one, right here. That's all the matches for the day. Really hope I can keep bringing you these recaps throughout the VNL. If you're enjoying them, don't forget to support the content. A like, a comment, a share goes a long way. As always, this was Nick. Love what you do and you're gonna crush it. See you soon. Bye!